Anti-bullying, brought to you by Miss Mac's class. Bullies are someone that hurt you. They leave you out, they call you names, they just are playing mean. If someone is pushing a person, make sure you tell them to stop. There is no name calling. That's something that a bully would do. Play with others. Bullies wouldn't do that. Don't hit others. Only bullies do that. It'd make them feel very sad. Never leave people out. Bullies are people that hurt other people. A friend is someone who is helpful, respectful, nice, and just a good friend. A good friend would help someone who is hurt. A good friend is not rude to their friends. A good friend plays with others. A good friend asks someone over to go swimming. A good friend is someone that you would share with. A friend is someone that will help you when you ask for it. A friend is someone who might bring you a gift to cheer you up. A friend is someone who will not ignore you. A friend is someone that would make you feel better when you're sick, like here at Elk Valley.
In our school, there's no place for bullies in our school.
The video you just got done watching was created by my second grade class. As you can tell, bullying starts young. It's something that's affected even into kindergarten and pre-K. Now technology just escalates that. Students start to think that other people might not know who's doing it, and that empowers them. That makes them feel like they're invincible, that no one will ever know it was me. You can see how this might become an issue. When I taught 5th grade, I had issues with students not being allowed onto the computers. Teachers were worried that they would get on and use sites that they weren't allowed to be on. I had started a blog, and I had to have an issue where a student created their own blog, and there was an issue that arose. They had someone coming on, calling people names, and we couldn't pinpoint who it actually was. So I needed to start all over again. Once I started at Full Sail, I knew there was something better out there. I saw poetry in motion, making your own trailers, making your own websites. I knew my students could be doing something more. I looked up this site from YALSA, and they showed me that other teachers were doing exactly what I wanted to do. They were using technology to create newspapers where anyone could go on and see what's happening in their school. They were using Twitter to follow what celebrities were doing and sports, and they were able to use that in their classrooms to learn. They were using MySpace to connect with authors. These authors were giving them inspiring words to create their own unique idea. My project sets an example for what could be in a classroom. It's a model for what students should be doing while they're online. I now can access things that most teachers and maybe even parents don't know what's going on. It makes students more aware of applications like Visual Bookshelf, cities I visited, interesting quizzes that could actually be used in a classroom. And you can post links so students can see what you want them to see, visit sites that you want them to go to. You can create quizzes, and then students can look up what they got wrong by creating these links. If they got this question wrong, go to this link. If you got this question wrong, head to this link. Then they can try the quiz again once they've actually looked at these websites that you wanted them to go to. The other thing is notes. You're on there, you're looking at what they're writing in these notes. They're talking about sex, they're talking talking about drugs, they're talking about drinking, and a lot more. Parents and teachers don't see this. With my Facebook, I was able to see how the students answered these questions. How can I appeal to them to make them not want to do those things? I thought about which program to use. Wasn't sure, maybe MySpace or Twitter or make a wiki or have my own classroom page. With a wiki, you don't get to see the interaction between the students. With MySpace, there's not as many places to create quizzes or look at different applications. I chose Facebook for this reason. You can create your own quizzes, there's a lot of applications out there, and it's something that the students use that parents and teachers are not showing them how to properly use. I can incorporate things like YouTube into the site. They can create their own YouTube, they can create their own videos, and put them onto the Facebook. This is something that normally your good students might not try to do. It tends to be the risk takers that try to do this. It tends to be those troublemakers who get into it. They take a camera and they just record people doing who knows what. And sometimes it is inappropriate. But you need to think about what could happen. What if students got this in their hands that knew what they were doing, knew how to use it, and used it to its best ability? I'm now in 2nd grade, and they don't have Facebook pages anymore. At least, I hope not in 2nd grade. But I can do other things. I can have them start blogging and actually teach them how to write instead of using TY for thank you or whatever. We can use proper language to start blogging early and try to get them to not use all the slang in their blogs. By working with this, I can see and connect with students where teachers normally don't. I think it's important to teach the technology early, and then this way they're going to be ready when they're in middle school, when they're in high school. They've seen what to do, they've seen what they need to accomplish great things.
Let's take a look at my personal Facebook page that I made for the classroom. Here I used the application of cities I visited. I posted my top 5 places, and then others were able to comment on where they visited. I also used it to show where I've been. I had a student comment on how they want to travel, and I was able to make suggestions. I was able to post quizzes and then have a link of where you could find the information to get an A on this quiz. You can see here I used the visual bookshelf to recommend books that I've read. A student here commented that they also liked this book. Here are some of the books that I've added. Some of the activities from the school have already created groups, like the Girard High School cheerleading group. You can create and read notes from the students. You can see what they're talking about: sex, drinking, cyberbullying and sexting, the last beverage, last phone call, been cheated on, kissed someone, depressed. And then you can also use it for good things, like different books that you've read. I posted links to stories that I wanted my students to be able to see, to make sure that they know what was happening. Then I posted links that they'd be able to go to report and help to stop cyberbullying. I hope to stop cyberbullying by bringing technology into the classroom and teaching and modeling how to use it properly.